Hello folks, Sam Owens here with a nice VEVOR product. It's a 13-gallon air compressor, and we're going to do some basic assembly. When you get this, it doesn't have any wheels. There's two wheels for the back and two little stoppers here that stop the front, and we'll mount this. But let's go over what you get. You get a user manual, low noise, oil-free air compressor, and you might want to look through and read all of the information in here before you get started. It's not really hard. There's not much to have to do, but it will help you understand some of the safety and setup. There is a basic setup of the gauges and so forth, so we'll go through that. All right, I have this stabilized mainly because underneath, that sticks down about an inch, is the drain valve that drains the air out in moisture so that you can relieve the moisture that builds up in the tank. And so without any wheels and everything, it's unstable. So I've stabilized it so that I can mount the wheels and the little stoppers. I'm going to mount these first, or at least one side on each, and you'll see how that works, and it'll be the same for the other side. So let's start right now. Later we'll put the air filters. There's two air filters, and they go right on here to filter the air that's being drawn into the pump. All right, let's start. You're going to need possibly a ratchet, a wrench. 14 millimeters are all of the bolts. These are the ones for the back, or the stoppers. The wheels have these setups, and they're also 14 millimeter. And you're going to need a large Phillips, and I have a large adapter right there. Okay, so let's get started. And what you do is you have a couple of washers and a lock washer and a nut. You put the larger washer on here, and then you go up through the hole here, and the flat part is gonna go underneath here. You put this in there. You can hold it with your finger. Then you put the smaller washer on next, and then you put the lock washer on, holding the head of the nut, and then put the bolt on, and then it'll spin down fast because it's brand new. And then you take 14 millimeter open, and this is the 14 millimeter socket. I want to make sure it's tightening. Yep. Okay, I put that on the head, and it just will, even a shallow socket will fit. Okay, and then I can just tighten this up, and really it just needs to be where the compression nut or washer is tightened up good. Okay, I feel the tension there. Okay, now the other side will be exactly the same. You have a large, small, and a lock washer and a nut. We'll do that later. But now I'm going to show putting this side of the wheel on. And I'll take this one stabilizer off. It's just a C-clamp, but holds everything. Everything is stable, and I'll be careful. Now we take this off. Same thing, except there's not a lock washer. Okay, you're gonna, there's two of those. And right here, this is gonna go in here like that. Go right in there like that. Then you're gonna put this in, and both washers will go over. And then you're gonna hold this and put your, this has actually got gripping on it on the back of the shoulder of the nut, so it's going to do its grabbing there. And I can take my screwdriver and my 14 millimeter right here and tighten this up, being careful not to knock it off of there. Then you have this little deal, which is going to cover the nut, and you just kind of squeeze it in and snap it in place. Let's see if I can snap it on. There. It does snap on. So you got to just kind of work with it. Okay, that demonstrates the assembly of the 6-inch wheels and the little back stopper here, which is going to give the compressor its portability and storage. Okay, that's all we need to show. The other side is going to be the same. I'm going to go ahead and do that and be back. Okay, we still have these to put on, and I'm going to show that right now, and I'll put one down. What it shows is opening and closing. What you do is just unscrew it. It's an air filter, but this thing sticks out. That's the air inlet, and it's hard to turn it around, so the best way is to separate them, and then just screw this one on here. And you could replace these or clean them periodically. And just get her down to where she's tight. Okay, right there. And then I can, it's just a flex tube. And we'll go one more tightening. Perfect. Okay, now let's just look at the maneuverability of it. And just kind of push, and you'll notice I can set it down, roll it back, and this is the balance point right here, and you see it will roll nicely to the location that you need. Put your foot down here, and it'll set right on its little pads there, and the wheels. All right, I'm going to put it around the way I had it so I can demonstrate the gauges and everything. Okay, we've got the user manual. It's all assembled and ready for use. And right here are the gauges. This is of the tank, and this is what you're going to dispense right here. You can adjust the pressure of this with this little knob right here. And we're going to do that. And we're going to look through here. There's operating instructions and safety guidelines. This is what you might want to look through and get familiar with just what they're warning you about. Break-in procedure. And it says, do not operate the compressor before reading instructions, otherwise damage may result. And here are the steps. Turn regulator fully clockwise to open the airflow. Right here, and it comes that way, and you can see it's all the way down, and this is the regulator. Now it says turn switch to off position and plug in power cord. Now off switch is right here. When you pull it up, and let's see if you can see that. Right now it's in the off position down. To pull it on, put it on, you pull up. Now it's not plugged in, and so they say make sure it's off when you plug it in, just in case. Now, we're all set there. And now the instructions tell us the next step. It says turn switch to auto position and run for 30 minutes. Well, I don't see any auto position other than on. And then it says you run it for 30 minutes to run pump parts. Okay, auto position. Now, if you'll notice, it's rising up. Both of them are. So it says do it for 30 minutes. I'll come back after that time period. Okay, it's going to reach its cutoff point here in just a moment. Notice both of them are the same, so this is not regulating anything. And it should shut off when it gets up right there. That shut off. And now, the next step, number 4, it says turn regulator knob fully counterclockwise. Compressor will build up to maximum preset pressure and shut off. Well, it didn't say when to do this. It said to run at 30 minutes. Well, 30 minutes, it took not quite 30 minutes to get up here. It only took about 10 minutes. So I'm going to open this up counterclockwise all the way. And we'll see. There, see, it's going down. It says fully counterclockwise. There. Okay, it says turn the regulator knob clockwise to bleed off air. Compressor will restart at a preset pressure after 6 bars. Well, let me see. There's 6 up there. Let's see what it'll do. See, it's going up. I don't think that's the thing. I think now this is how you regulate this to what you want. If you want 100 pounds, or actually, let's say you want 70 pounds is right there. There's 50. Now the tank itself is up to 126. So this will only dispense a lesser amount. Whatever you have, you can have this all the way up, but we're going to say it's a smaller amount. Now, I'm going to plug my 50-foot hose in here, and I can use either one of these, and I push back, and right there, my hose is pressurized. And right here, I can stick my little air nozzle, which I blow off things, blow out filters and what have you. Okay. Now, let's see what happens here. See, I only have a little bit of air pressure there. Now, I'm going to go down and get more air pressure up to 100. Right there's 100. Lot more. Now I'm going to go all the way up to the tank, tank pressure, and go all the way, and there it's all the way up to the full tank pressure. And now when it gets down to a certain point, it's going to turn the air compressor on and build it back up. Let's get it to that point. About 90 pounds. When it gets down to 90 pounds, it's going to pump back up, and I can use it while it's building up. And it'll turn off at 126. And that's preset from the factory, and they tell you not to readjust it. It's probably inside here that you do it. There. It reached its maximum shut-off temperature or pressure, and also I've got this, and if I want to regulate it down, I turn the regulator knob to get just the pressure I want. Okay. And I have another outlet right here if I need to power something else up. This is going to be really fantastic to run spray painters, nail guns, grinders, any kind of air tools. This will work really great. Folks, I think this is going to be a nice addition to my garage to run the various things that I need air pressure. I want to thank you very much for watching my video.